因为来到 EWC 之后，我们其实刚打完 ASI 不久嘛，所以我觉得大家的状态都还是在的差不多，然后我们会利用 ASI 的经验来打这次比赛。从 ASI 的经验来看的话，我们可能打团前的站位，我觉得有很多可以值得我们进步的。我觉得全局 BP 这个模式对我们来说应该算蛮好的，因为我们还有2个上路可以多多轮换嘛，然后我们就大家的英雄值都很，就让这游戏变得特别有趣吧。T1 作为去年的 EWC 的冠军，我觉得他们应该会变得更强，因为他们本来就是一支就很会进步的队伍吧。然后我觉得他们今年应该会更强。最强交手的队伍应该是娟剧跟 T1 吧，因为他们是 ASI 的冠亚军。目标来 EWC 的目标应该是先进小组赛吧，就进个8强。
Learnings and respect given over. That Pantheon first pick, we've seen that a lot at this tournament, a lot of priority towards that, for that early pressure in the jungle. We'll get the Rumble coming through for Driver.
We get a Xin Zhao part 2. Jun just smurfed on that yesterday.
He was so good. You know, we had some fantastic Xin Zhao yesterday, and yet he was the best.
He was
and that was CFO kept the 80 carry pick till late. Maybe thinking the center might be a little bit hard to defend. Sivir, though, the spell shield, a lot of value, but Jin can just play at range.
Much better setup.
I mean, they do have range advantage. I think MKOI, a lot of tools to close the distance. You know, their comp thematically fits together.
Where the super fans have grown, I don't remember them being that many. We've definitely grown the audience. At the start of the show, the super fans were like 10, 15. Now there's 30. As CFO fans are out as well. Yeah, big. Australian. Well, we'll hold aside because we're finally back in the game, if you couldn't already get that by the game sounds. But 2 minutes deep, Orc said it. MKOI need to get the ball rolling soon. And in the early game, it's going to be really important. 2v2 is quite impactful as scaling from Super, but Nico always changes the lane, but a flash engage, Super in trouble. Ignite down, double shattering strike, deadly flash. Oh no, flashing in front, Doggo, no! Super can't escape. All 3 hit from Hong Q, but look, pushing up to the wave. There's going to be an instant flash. Justice Punch, but a quick stand, and under the gravity field, Hong Q feels okay. He's burned his flash at the cost of 1 from Jojo.
Put pressure on the Victor, find opportunities for to prevent that pressure. He is now being ganked, though.
Vice versa for the pressure. Justice Punch, but in the way. Kaiwing, great gank. Another shattering strike. Gravity field gets the slow, and Jojo's getting whittled down. Kaiwing, 2 out of 2 KP. This guy is rearing the early game.
Such a good start for CFO, and we see here, so you know, I think maybe Super goes for the Q there, not enough damage done to the minions, maybe a bit too much focus on the poke from Alvaro, and then Super just gets demolished there. Dug over the green where MKOI looked to capitalize on the punish, but in return
Jojo's in trouble again. He still doesn't have that flash. The Justice Punch is interrupted, and against the wall he will stand. Ishal's warm embrace leads to another kill. This time one over to Junja. Elyoy is trying to get something back, but with no red buff, no real damage onto this Scorpion. It's trouble as Alvaro, he's locked in place again. It's another great shattering strike. A quick cleanse away from the Tangle Barbs and at least something back for MKOI, but there is nothing going right here. But the pings are going down. CFO are not overstepping. They know that this Galio really needs to move to get the game back on MKOI's side, but they're being really cautious here. You can see, look, Doggo's just stepping back and River's just going to be given over to MKOI in the interim. Curtain call. Alvaro, flash, engage, Magnet Storm, keeps in place and even matches the flash to predict for the 3rd shot. We're going to have a bit of sky falling onto Driver. Flash away, a stun, Alvaro's here, but Tangle Barbs doesn't connect, so the damage is not going to follow up. Super also ghosted to try and be in range.
He does have his ult now, though, so that's where the pressure ends. So actually, we're looking at pretty positively for MKOI, all things considered.
Jojo stepping forward through the gravity field was also a nice play, but again, Ishal's impact gets him in range, and Judge's now looking, impale out, yes, in the Justice Punch, with the Chaos Storm on top, layered well, he flashes, as Hong Q already locks on.
To find numbers advantages, and it feels really bad to be at 12 minutes and already talking about, hey, we're so far behind. We have to kind of navigate things well. They're all looking.
Magnus Storm, Deadly Flourish doesn't connect. Here's a curtain call, but Driver's burning them down. Okay, no skewer combo here available, but the equalizer now used. KaiWing will be a trade for MKOI's first kill. We sit 1-7, but Brazil's not showing up to this game. We'll hold for a second as Mirwin teleports in. It is just a simple trade for now.
Doesn't feel too great, though. I mean, normally if you're trading when you're behind...
Base checking into Ascana. Flash away from Elyoya for the red buff. Okay, but Mirwin needs to pull his weight. Puts the Between Worlds up to get a shutdown. Elyoya is still alive, and red buff is doing a great job. But Junja, as he finally autos away with his passive, will make it another trade. Teleport up from Honkyu. He's just picked up 300 from these plays.
Yeah, close a lot of distance. And Honkyu's stepping up massively.
He is, and his gravity field's down. Alvaro coming in. Tangle Barbs at more range. Doesn't connect. Honkyu turns it around with a Chaos Storm onto this Nico. No kill threat just yet, but it's enough to send Alvaro away.
Yeah,
the carries on CFO are not mobile.
Yeah.
So further to your point, those summoners are going to mean so much here, as Koi are going to be picking up the Herald, but CFO want to contest it, bring in the fight. Smite comes down, and Elyoya has it in hand, but Junja with an Impale ready, wants to come in. Driver flashed over the wall for this. He's going to equalize down as Elyoya is the only one cooking for now. Pop Blossom off the side, hits no one. Between Worlds doesn't do much, but the Magnus Storm does. Keeps him in place as KaiWing is a nuisance against the wall. Junja doing the same with an Impale. A scrappy, messy fight with a Chaos Storm, shredding down and charging everyone. An order that won't reach to full fruition. As
targets you can set up plays on for the side of MKOI, you can find engages onto. Now, though, CFO looking for this mid tower. TP coming in to defend.
The Aurora, but Pantheon's going to turn into a fight. Elyoya just runs in front of KaiWing, no Shattering Strike. But
without the threat of like an engage or a dive. A lot of times teams, they heavily go for that mid-tier one and they end up getting punished for it.
Base checking for the wave. Driver walks in. He only thought Jojo's there, but it's Elyoya.
We'll take this instead.
And the wait till Jojo's at two and a bit items as well, and that'll be around the fourth dragon rather, as there's no turret here, so Junja's going to bring Eshtal's impact into it with an Impale up and available, waiting for max range. Jojo's getting help with a TP from his ally as well, but Alvaro's also on the way. Shielded Duran gets two, and Driver isolated, getting burnt down Between Worlds. All they need is the Pop Blossom, and they'll get it from Alvarito. Mirwin zones off the rest, and MKOI know that CFO won't dare show their face for the rest of the fight.
Huge counter punch, and for the first time in a while, MKOI have a gold lead.
Tangle Barbs also super in. Ulti's in with a Killer Instinct. Flashes the Magnet Storm. Super avoids it all. A Shattering Strike, yes, but no curtain call. Doggo in the back, interrupted by Elyoya. And even though the flash won't work out, coming.
And honestly, the only saving grace here is that Doggo doesn't go down, but it was so close.
They're back in this. 3K gold lead now squandered, now lost, now everything hurting for CFO. The early games
really, CFO are holding on pretty well, but they do find a little bit of an advantage there. Now, Junja is very
on a ward with a Tangle Barb as well. There's 3 members on him, now 4, thanks to the Skyfall from Elyoya, and Junja taking a Killer Instinct, can't get his Impale. Super will take opening kill as KaiWing got chunked heavy. Mirwin jumps into a Chaos Storm to a gravity field, now flashes away from everything launched at him. Between Worlds to escape from the curtain call.
The DPS of Super, they can just take this Baron with complete confidence. Those ults not being available for CFO, I think, makes them a bit too weak in this fight.
Mirwin's backing away, but he's got teleport instantly channeled as he returns. 3K, 3.5. Elyoya zoned off, flashes in, Doggo cleansing out, but at the back of the fight, there's Jojo! Galio waits, and he receives Honkyu with a trade onto Alvaro, but even though it looks like a 1-for-1,
high pressure best of one, but Navistakoi have managed to do so, and
Impale.
An ult.
A reward with Deadly Flourish, but can they kill Jojo up against the turret? Another Ishtal's impact, that's nice. Shut down. MKOI stepped a bit far forward, but now that the turret's down, their leaning capabilities to CFO are minimized as Curtain Call's running into a simple clone. Elyoya for the 4th shot will dodge to the right, and it wins out. So
I think Navistakoi managed to disengage from the situation, but it does buy time and sort of stall out the rest of that Baron buff.
Yeah. Ulti, Grand Starfall rather comes in. KaiWing, no, he's dismounted, so he's slow as anything. Pop Blossom Over the wall also gets Junja and Kaiwing. He's going to flash, but still to his death. Alvaro dies to Hongq. That's a 1-for-1 as LUA has to commit hard. Look towards the right side of your screen as Super is a new target, and Junja finds him. And a wall! Another shutdown to the victor. And MKOI, this game is not in the bag yet. They are throwing it. Ewan has him. Again, is there enough damage? That's the biggest question. Equalizer comes down. LUA is going to trail to the right.
You see Jojo in a great spot with that Mega Blast Cone. Trying to look for an angle. Look at Doggo.
Gilda Duran, he wants to go in the flash and the setup from Ewan. It's gorgeous. MKOI now have all the AoE and Super runs on in, and the comeback be damned. MKOI silence the doubt and bring us back to a 1-game win.
Beautiful engage at the flank from the solo laners, and Super with the final punch to finish it off. Movistar Koi will not be going home, and they'll deliver the death blow to CFO.
The LCP will, though, in full completion. Gam, now CWC flying Oyster, but Koi get their revenge for MSI and qualify to the quarterfinals at EWC.
And just so much resilient. Oh, the
MKOI
fans must be so hyped.
again. Oh, hot damn. Okay, Milan, show me. Yeah, okay, we're doing, this is a meme.
Oh, it's the kid dancing on the boat.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Okay.
And I think, a little bit heartbreaking for CFO. They had there he is. There's a trumpet guy. He's vibing.
Let it out.
Yeah, as I was saying, a little bit heartbreaking for CFO.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right, we are heading down to the key crusher now. The first one of the day. 4 keys will be crushed. Elyoya here of MKOI is about to seal the deal. CFO crushed, folded, out.